what are verbs? What are verbs? So we're talking about that in a minute, H, right? Well done. So, parts of a book, okay? Who here reads books? You guys all read books, right? Remember, for homework every night, you're supposed to be reading a book every night before you go to bed. You guys read books every night?
Yeah.
You guys even read books here in class. So here are the parts of a book. We have pages. We have a back cover, right? So if I hold up this book, okay, you have a back cover. Inside are pages, all right? You have a title, which is normally the big letters at the top of the book. This is the front cover. So we have the title, and then we have an author. It says by Judy Cox, so that's our author who wrote the book. Illustrated by Joe Matthew, so that is, the illustrator is the person who drew the pictures, okay? So those are all the parts of this book. Now, okay, Evelyn, when I'm speaking, you need to stop, okay? What do we need to say? Thank you. All right, so when you start reading a book, do you start back here? Uh-oh. I'm going backwards, aren't I? No. If I start at the back of the book, is that going to help me read the story? No. You always have it, the front cover, and then we open it up. And a lot of times in the beginning of a story, the first page is not going to be right when you first open it. You might see the title again. This is like the title page. So they repeat, look at this, isn't that funny? There's a big gorilla there. This one's called Don't Be Silly, Mrs. Millie. I love this story. It's hilarious. And then when you open it up, you usually see, the author will say, I wrote this story for, who they wrote it for. And then there's the publisher and all those things like that. And then, usually, after that, you will see the story beginning. Yes, Ben? Oh yeah, you get very tired when you know that right. Okay, so you start, it says at the top left. And you read from left to right, top to bottom. So I don't start reading at the bottom of the page if there's a lot of words down there. We usually start at the very top. And we go from left to right. Don't we do that with our handwriting too? When we write? Yeah, you always go left to right. In and out. Don't I usually have you color left to right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we do it all the same in every subject because then that way you get into a good habit and you always remember you have to go from left to right. Okay? So go left to right, top to bottom. Thumbs up, you got it? Okay. And then you turn the pages again. Left, from the left side to the right. Okay, left to right, you move it. You don't go this way, you go this way. Okay, we turn it to the left. All right, and then of course there's pictures in a lot of stories too. And then in the sentences, Riley, we have letters that you see, lots of letters of the alphabet, right?
Yeah.
But then there's spaces between the letters because we have things called words. T-H-E. What word is that? The. Okay, oh there you go. So we have the. And then this last word is beanstalk. But you see that they're separated. So when we write a sentence, that's why I always am trying to tell you guys, we have to leave a space. If we put everything together, so if I was going to do this, let me write you a sentence. And I want you to see if you can read what it says. Oh, hold on. See if you can read what this sentence is going to say. Okay, smarty pantses. Okay, so I'm glad that you guys can read it very good, but what do I not have here? Spaces. Okay, there are no spaces between the words. So you have to spread out all of these words in order for you to properly read. Okay, but it's very, very hard to read this sentence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. All right, so let me go back here. Okay, so that was parts of a book. And then this is a sentence that's labeling here. Jack went up the beanstalk. You ever heard that story before? Jack and the beanstalk? Okay, so that's what the story is. So that's a sentence.
And
all right, with spacing. What, Riley?
and the movie Jack and the Bean.
This is true. Okay, so let's move into what I really want to focus on right now is verbs. Who remembers what a verb is? Will. of lots of moving. It's an.
Running.
Okay, good. Running's an example. Okay, running. Aiden.
Action.
It's an action word. There we go. Okay, so like running, walking. Okay, so this one says I walk. She reads. It jumps. Okay, so here's a couple more. We talked about those ones earlier this week. This one says they. What are they doing, do you think? Walk. Very good. We
Read.
They
Jump.
Do you see something very similar with these? I walk. They walk. She reads. We read. It jumps. They jump. Do you see what they did?
Yeah.
Madeline, what did you notice?
They added another one.
They added another person to the group, right? So instead of just saying I walk, okay, they're saying they walk. Like when we all walk as a group, there's more than one, isn't there?
Yeah.
So they're changing the word that's in front. Same verb, walk, read, jump. But now it's saying verbs can tell the actions of more than one person or thing. Okay? Like this morning, we planted, right? We planted some seeds. We planted. Okay, when we all go together and go outside, we walk, right? Okay, so we're adding the verb to more than one person. So today we're going to do for practice, okay? I got to pull it up though. But we're going to be working on our verbs again, but we're talking about more than one. So in our picture, we can't just have one person. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up while Mrs. Boswell's passing it out. Because this one always takes me a little bit longer. I've got to grab it. Pull it up here. No, it's in the know it show. So hold on, I'll just pull up the know it show. Know it show. It's all in the same place. Pretty sure it's the know it show. Go. Oh no, is this this writer's notebook?
I think so, because it's like.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm pulling up the wrong thing.
All right, game on.
See, teachers make mistakes too. They make mistakes all the time. Here it is. It's already on there. I just assumed it was in the know it show. It's never good to assume things, guys. Always make sure you know what you're doing. Okay. All right. So in this we have our verbs, okay? But in these verbs here, okay, we're gonna not say like before we said I or he reads, right? It was one person. Okay, remember we did this? We said I jump, he reads. But now we're gonna add more than one. So here we go. We have this word is W-E is we. Can we say that? We. And guess what this verb is? Dance. All right. Okay, so I want you to trace that verb, please, with your pencil. Trace the verb dance. He. Dance. Put your name on top. Don't forget your name. Okay, where's your pencil? All right, so now we need to draw a picture of not just one person dancing, but at least two. Okay, so we dance. All right, so I need to see at least. I'm just drawing a simple picture, guys, because this pen is always a little bit harder. I have my dancing shoes on.
Why we don't have any Is that a blue bottle?
Get your name on it. I really like the dance.
You love dancing.
I want you to miss the bottle.
Oh yeah, we're really good dancers too. You know,
Like a
we
layout.
got to be honest. We're really good dancers.
You go to the class.
Oh, we don't need dance class.
No.
People can learn a lot from us.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so in picture. We dance. So I should see more than one person, right? It's not just one. It's not saying I dance. We. We is referring to more than one. Put that hand down. Put your paper so it doesn't wiggle, right? So you don't have your name on it. Where's your name on it?
Oh, I know that.
We dance. So make sure you trace that verb, and then I should say at least two people. Okay, so down here's your picture. Here we go. Jacob, what are we supposed to be doing, baby? What did I ask you to do? We're not doing this yet. Down here, what did it say? We dance. So I need to see two people at least dancing. We. And it's on the bottom. Please, where's your name on the paper? Yeah, let's put it on there. No, we're gonna move on to the next one.
Make sure you have 2 people, right? You sit down and count, and you have to have 2 people, Brandon. We need
Excellent.
2 people.
I love it. Okay. Nope, we're not doing that. Okay. So the next one over on the other side is, now it looks like the word the, doesn't it? T-H-E, but then we got a Y. So it makes the word they. Okay, so it's they. That's a clap. Okay, so they clap. I need you to trace the verb clap. Okay, but then you need to draw a picture of at least two people, more than one, clapping. Okay, so you have to show that their hands are coming together. Right? You said they show two hands like kind of coming together. Oops, what am I doing? I'm showing the two hands coming together and clapping.
That doesn't look like try
So you draw your hands and show them coming together, right? Clapping. They clap. Well, I don't